Okay, Coach Wayne Moore, 1979 Rockport State champions. Coach, you're able to see some former teammates or former guys that you coached, and I know you probably have seen them a little bit, but what's it like to see some of these guys back here?
It's just awesome. I have great memories of them. Some of them I haven't seen for 40 years, and it's just great to see them and get them together again and to hear their voices, because I have a lot of memories and they got a lot of memories, and it's great to be together.
Winning the title in 1979, did you know what you were starting there? You ended up being 9 state titles.
I did know that Rockport had never had a state championship in anything, and I knew that it would take a special bunch of people to do it. And luckily, we had that special bunch, and luckily we put it together to where we could be as good as anybody in the state.
When you kind of look back on that 79 year, what kind of springs to mind?
Oh, just a bunch of hardworking kids that wanted to work hard. This bunch of kids, they decided on their own that they should practice twice an evening. After school we practiced, and then we practiced after supper.
That's a lot of hard work. And then the state track meet, anything? I mean, any memories from when you were able to? You know, it was a close battle there.
It was a really good battle. Missouri School for the Deaf had some really good athletes, and they had a really good team, and we knew it. And we were just out there trying to score as many points as we could. Beforehand, we had gone through, because we knew about how many points, where we should place in each event, and the boys performed.
Like I said, 9. Eventually, there were 8 more state titles to follow. Do you think the 1979 win just kind of broke the seal on that for this school?
Well, I think if you've never had a state championship in anything, the players really don't know how, and some of them didn't expect. You have to get them to where they expect to be good, then you have to get them where they can actually perform well.
Coach, thanks a lot for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you, and thanks to KMA and all your listeners.
All right, we're talking here with Chris Chamberlain, a member of the 79 Rockport State champion. Chris, when you look back on in that year or those years, I guess, kind of that led up to it, what's something that springs to mind for you?
Just a lot of hard work. Coach Moore was a taskmaster and made us work. Like I said in the earlier, there's days where we didn't like him much, but he pushed us out of our comfort zone, and that's exactly what we needed, and we turned out to be a great team at the end of the year.
Can you talk a little bit about some of the guys that are here, and I guess introduce them? I have some pictures of them, so I just thought maybe you could, run us through the guys here.
Yeah, Gary Sosky was a senior. The rest of the guys here were juniors, and he was a good senior leader for us. He hurdled, he triple jumped, he ran on a variety of relays. He was kind of a do-it-all guy for us that would just step in for a variety of things, but his main thing was the hurdles and the triple jump. Did a really good job as a senior for us. Mark Wilczek was a distance runner. He ran 4x8, open 8 mile, 2 mile. Again, Coach would move us around, and Mark just liked to run, and it was a good part of the team. He didn't make it to state, but he came down with us and was a vital part of us down there at state. Audie Jackson was a sprinter, ran on our 4x1, 4x2, sometimes the 4x4, and he was on the 4x2 state championship team, and we really had a good day that day, and won quite easily, actually, by about a second and a half over the second place team, but we just all gelled at the end of the year, and Audie did a great job. Then Tony Schomburg, another distance runner, 4x8, 8 mile, 2 mile, just kind of one of those guys that would do what Coach asked to do. Coach was a math guy, so he'd move us around to score points at different meets where we needed it, and it worked out well. And we ended up kind of mathematically winning the state championship by 2 points because he moved us to different positions. Yeah.
And yourself, you were a sprinter and a jumper.
Sprinter and a jumper, ran 100, the 200 sometimes the 4x4, 4x2 obviously, and long jumped. And again, Coach was, he pushed me and kind of pushed me out of my comfort zone, and taught me how to go beyond what I needed to do, and overran sprints and things like that, where I was in best shape of my life my junior year, and it paid off in the end. We had a great year.
Rockport is one of the most storied track programs in history. You guys were the first to ever win a state title. You guys ever, try to take a little credit for the old dynasty here?
Well, I think that, just like Coach said, there's always got to be that first that kind of breaks the seal, and then after that, I think the tradition and people just get caught up in it. And then they had a great run in the '80s, and then a super great run in the '90s under Coach Stoltenberger. And again, we kind of like to say we're the first, but we weren't the last, and we're glad there's people that came behind us and won a lot more.
Thanks, Chris.
You bet. Thank you.